Okay, so yesterday we talked about the wheel of anything, and you've got a fair idea now of the disconnect between areas of your life where you want to achieve something and what you're actually doing at the moment, how that's panning out for you at the moment. So with that in mind, let's take that to the next level. And we're going to do some kind of situational analysis of that wheel. So some structured questions for you to take a note of. You feel free to pause this video. It's quite a lot to take in one go because there are a fair few questions, but bear with me. This is a really worthwhile exercise. I've done it loads of times with different clients and it is worthwhile. So the first question pertains to outcome. So what's your destination and where do you want to get to? So you've already put a numerical value on each of those segments in your life. So you've got a fair idea of where you want to get to, ideally speaking. So now really critically evaluate that. Is that what success looks like? If you put 7 out of 10 for money, is that what success looks like? If you put 8 out of 10 for your relationship with your husband, is that what success looks like? Is that a true and accurate representation of what success looks like for you? And if it is, great. If it's not, how do you want things to be different? So is it, well, actually, I thought it was 8, but actually it's 6. So I need to make a bit of an improvement, but not as much as I thought I did. And when do you want that to be different? So tomorrow, next week, next year, and in defining those timescales, you'll get a really good idea of the size of the challenge stroke opportunity ahead of you. Okay, makes sense? The next question header is around situation, so where you are right now. So as with anything in life, you need to understand your starting point in order to understand what steps you have to go through in order to get to where you want to be. So your starting point, what's happening right now? What's going on in your life, your career, your business, your health, whatever it is you're taking this challenge for? What's happening and how are you feeling about that? Who and what is involved? So who are the influences in your life that are affecting your current situation? The third section is about choices and consequences. So let's use our example of money again. So if you're level 2 money right now and you want to be a level 8, and that is your definition of success, and you understand what's happening and how you feel about that and who's involved in your current situation, have a think about what alternative routes might get you to achieve a level 8. If no constraints, have a think about what alternative routes you might take to get there. What choices do you have right now? Don't think about the constraints, think about the choices that you have. So is a choice to give up your job and start a new business? Is your choice to give up your current business and get a paid job, a better paid job? For example, if we're talking about money. And what are the consequences of those choices? So what's the impact to you emotionally? What's the impact to you physically? What's the impact in your life generally? So will that have an effect on your work-life balance? And then the next section is about action. Remember, I'm a little bit obsessed by action, and unapologetically so, because action is what takes you to success. So what will you do differently now you know all of that information? And it's okay right now to say, I don't know, but I know I need to do something differently. But gut reaction, if you could do something differently, what are you going to do differently? And then what will you do first? What action are you going to commit to do first? And when are you going to commit to doing it? Then if you're feeling brave, what's your action after that? And the one after that? And when are you going to do it? So what you're going to do and when are you going to do it? 3 steps, 3 actions, what and when. And what level of commitment will you bring to achieving those actions? Because it's all very well to say, I am going to do that. But how are you going to hold yourself to account? Who is going to hold you to account? You can ask me if you like. You can ask people in this group to hold you to account to those actions. if you don't need anybody to hold you account because you're the sort of person that's very self-motivated, and when you've committed to an action, you by Jove, you're going to do it, happy days. But if you know in your heart you need someone to potentially challenge you, that's fine. That's holding to account. And then it's really important to review your progress, and that's the next segment of this task. How will you know that you're making progress and are on the right track? What performance measures are you going to put in place for yourself? Is it reviewing your wheel of anything? Is it saying, oh, I did start on a 2 and now I think I'm on a 3? Or is it on a 4, or I've slid backwards? Or emotionally, how am I feeling, and how is that actually affecting my relationship? How are you going to review your progress? Commit to some review measures. And it could be working with a coach. It could be kind of buddying up with a friend who's on a similar journey. It could be any number of things, but get creative, have a think about how you're going to review and hold yourself to account. And that's it. Big task, worth doing.